Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
We can't be managed. I mean, the day just got away from me.
What's up, my guacamole gigglers? I'm running out.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
We're running out of things.
Okay, we're in person today, which you know skeeves me and Paige out.
Yeah, it makes us anxious and awkward. I don't like the intimacy of having to look at you.
Don't make eye contact this whole time. Thank you. Also, we did announce our live world tour. Taylor Swift tried her best to sabotage us, and it worked. But no, we have so many dates that we announced.
Yep, and second shows to pretty much every single city.
So fucking exciting. I mean, the gigglers are feral creatures. They rapidly got their seats. We did add new shows. I'm just going to look at it for a second.
Also, the aggression in which I got DMs from gigglers being like, are you going to add a fucking second show? Or like, what's the deal?
Or the people who are like, come to Boston. And I'm like, we've been there 7 times. Calm down, Red Sox fans. But no, we love them. But yeah, we have seats left in Durham, Houston, Dallas, Phoenix, Huntington, and Minneapolis. And we're working on possibly adding 3 shows to like Chicago and San Diego.
Chicago deserves that because we've really neglected them in the tour.
And it's not them, it's us.
We also spelt their city wrong. And people were like, change it. And we were like, we don't do admin.
I spelled it Chicago. And you know what? I didn't catch it.
Also, we never changed it. We were like, oh my God.
Actually,
you guys get it.
Our like tour manager was like, hey, you misspelled this. And I go,
whatever.
Just because your night is ruined doesn't mean you have to ruin my night. Keep it to yourself. Okay, we are also back on YouTube. And when I say back, I mean, we don't know when we're going to post on YouTube. But you should subscribe because it drops randomly.
Like we're rogue on YouTube.
We are feral on YouTube. We're truly feral. But we have a special episode. We're kind of nervy because every now and then I get a calling from the universe to bring on a guest. And we don't do random guests.
Yeah.
Like we have Sierra on, we have Andrea Lopez on.
And that's really it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because we don't like social interaction in general.
No, we don't.
But today we have a very special woman in the house. We have the celebrity astrologer, friend, amazing person, Aliza Kelly.
Oh my gosh, what an intro. Straight from the heart.
She's never said anything like that about me.
But like we talk about astrology, psychics all the time, so I figured why not sacrifice ourselves and have Aliza give us an astrological reading on Giggly Squad right fucking now.
I knew something was up when Hannah was like, what time are you born? And I was like,
I go, you're my best friend. Just don't hide stuff from me.
Okay, I'm nervous, but I want Hannah to go first.
Oh my God. Well, also I want people to know that Aliza read my chart. You read it months ago.
Yeah.
And you said some stuff that like really helped me.
Really?
Just understand
Your purpose.
my purpose in life.
Like not to stress about certain things.
Yeah. I should have looked back at the video, but like I just remember I'm very existential. Like when I work a lot because when I'm alone with my thoughts, I immediately go to the darkest places. I'm like, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
And no one's going to remember me when I die. So
No one's going to remember any of us when we die.
no one's going to remember this episode when we die.
Paige the Scorpio is like,
Oh yeah, she
good
knows.
luck, baby.
So Aliza, why don't you take us through what you do and then let's get into it.
I do so many things. I do so many things, but among them, I do astrology. And when I do someone's birth chart, I'm using their date, time, and location of birth. So when we pull that up, we have a snapshot of what the sky looks like at the exact moment someone arrives on the planet and how the sky looks when someone is born. In astrology, we believe shapes their personality and their preferences and their timing and gives us a lot of insight on how somebody functions and moves through the world. You know, like the strengths.
Chaotically.
I get my chart read at least once a year,
Day.
maybe like what?
Once a day.
And I fully,
Well, that would be fine with me.
fully believe in it.
Oh, you
Because
do?
I fully believe that there are like personality characteristics that you're just kind of born with. Like, because a lot of my personality, I can see some of it in my parents, but some of it, I'm like, where do I come from?
Yeah, and I think that like as it relates to parents too, you know, like we're always telling a story, you know?
I'm going to warn you guys, I did drink too much coffee before this and I'm trying to be subdued, but it's hard.
Is that why your glasses are on?
Yeah.
Because you're sweating.
I'm sweating. Honestly, I'm about to black out from caffeine. But I do think when you said something to me, because I had just left Summer House. I had just left chat room, I think. I was engaged. And you kind of said something like, this is totally supposed to happen at this time.
Yep.
Because I felt like it was something that like was not supposed to happen to me.
Right.
And you were like, oh, honey, A plus B equals absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait, is that when I've heard of this thing? What is it? Your Saturn return.
That's it.
Oh my God.
That is
Wait,
it.
are you so impressed by
I'm
me?
so impressed. But I'm also not surprised because I see your psychic chart.
Okay.
I see your super
Everyone
psychic
tells her
chart.
she's psychic.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Did I keep telling me?
I want to remind people that Paige told me the night of my wedding, like hammered, blackout. We're like on the dance floor having fun. She just takes her like long little finger out and she goes, "You're going to get pregnant on your wedding night."
And so she went and took a plan B the next morning. My sweet, sweet nephew or niece. Kaput.
But for real, I like had not taken my birth control all week because that's how I take my birth control. And I woke up the next day after having sex on my wedding night, which I did not think I was going to do, with like a little spotting. I was ovulating, I think. And I literally looked at Des and I was like, do you want to have a baby? And he's like, I kind of want to travel for 2 years. And I'm like, you're 46, but okay.
You're half dead, but it's fine.
You're emotionally and physically deteriorating, but totally cool because you're a man. And I was like, let's go to CVS. Because I was like, it's not that I don't believe Paige is a psychic. But like,
That's haunting.
I'm
on the
like,
night of your
I'm
wedding.
not going to let that bitch be right.
That feels like a spell, frankly.
For sure.
It does. It does.
I didn't mean to. It literally just came out of my mouth. I didn't even process it. I just saw her and I was like, I think you're getting pregnant tonight. I was also blacked out drunk. Okay,
Well, that's when the
She
magic
also
really
called
happened.
me the wrong name, so that was
Stephanie, this has been a great wedding.
So anyway, I was going through my Saturn return, I think, when I went through a lot of shit in the public eye on reality TV.
Yeah, that's right. You were. I think that when we did your chart I think it was last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it earlier this year? I honestly don't even remember.
I don't know what day it
What
is.
a year. What a year it's been.
What planet are we on?
I think you were in actually like it was the day of. Like it was exact at that moment. Your Saturn in your chart is at where is she? 2 degrees Aquarius. So it was at that time it had like just really, really started to happen.
And can you explain the effects of a Saturn return to people?
So Saturn return is when you become your own daddy. That's it.
Wait, that's hot.
It is. It's a hot time.
Wait, it means that so you've kind of like outgrown shit?
Yeah.
Where you're
So-
like, I'll nurture myself.
Yes, like I know how to take care of myself.
Got
I know
it.
what I need. I know how to support myself. And often when that's happening, it's really a struggle, right? Because we have to sort of figure out how to move ourselves out of systems and circumstances that were not supporting us and that we were doing
Am I
because
in mine right now?
you are like on the tail end of it. Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't listen.
No, I don't.
Paige and I have different tolerances. Like, I feel like we both can be fake for a long time, but once I hit my point and I've decided like I'm out of a relationship or a job or a situation, I can't help myself, where I think Paige has a little more self-control than me.
Well, the universe like keeps trying to teach me lessons that I'm like, yeah, no, totally, I will do that. And then I don't do it and I wait for the universe to literally force me to do something.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you'll be like, I planned my outfit out for that already, so I can't change things. Sorry.
I also do. I hate change.
Yeah.
I love change.
yeah, we could talk. We'll talk all about it.
She's like, bitch, let me explain it.
No, I mean, you guys have really compatible charts. I also just want to mention, but we can talk about that in a moment.
Okay.
The Saturn return is, so like for instance, Pete Davidson is going through his Saturn return right now, which I
my
think is very, very
God.
interesting. It just feels like it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Is he a Scorpio?
He is. Did you know
Are
that,
you
or
gonna
could you
date Pete
intuit it?
Davidson?
I didn't know that, but I like can feel it when
Yeah.
I see him. Oh my god!
Wait, you're gonna fuck Pete Davidson? But I mean,
Wait,
they're
so
calling him a U-Haul boyfriend or like a rental boyfriend.
my dad actually said that the other day. He's like, I think it's so weird. Like Pete Davidson hasn't seen you and messaged you, and I was like, Dad, like, stop.
I mean, you're
Is your dad a
totally
Scorpio
tight.
too?
Yes, he is. Actually, today is my dad's birthday.
Oh my god!
Happy birthday, Gary!
Daddy.
We love you, Zaddy.
Yeah.
Des is a
Blessed.
Scorpio, and I'm a Scorpio rising.
Yeah, there's a lot of Scorpio energy here. So anyway, back to the Saturn return. Very powerful time, lots of change. We go through it when we're about between 28 and 31. So it's a little different for everyone.
Crazy.
But it is, a lot of the time, like, this is really when things start to transform in our lives. And as we are shedding who we thought we wanted to be and becoming who we actually are, that is like the integration process, That is the journey.
28 to 31. So there's not like people who are like more mature and it happens earlier.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. It really is about timing, and it also has to do with, I would say that people who go through it really hard are the ones who have found themselves in really hard situations to like wiggle out of. The more established your life is, the harder your Saturn return is going to hit you.
Wow.
Which is ironic because you'd think like I have it all figured out because
Yes.
like
Wow.
I'm a Forbes 30 under 30 bitch, but you're actually, that's when things change.
That is what keeps me up at night, being like, why did that happen to me though? Like, when you think of really upsetting things and you're like, I know I've moved on, but like it's so sad and like I feel trauma from it. But you realize like that's literally what like catapulted you in different directions.
Yeah, totally.
Also, I read this quote recently that was like, whatever feels like an end is actually a beginning.
Right, because it's a door.
Okay, Brene Brown. Okay, slutty Brene Brown.
Oh, we love Brene Brown.
We love Brene Brown. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, so what do you guys want to know? What are you curious about?
I've got things.
Okay.
I want to know. I want to know, like, because I've had a lot of people tell me that I'm actually going to get married, not later in life, but later than I thought. And I
Not a
want to
child
know
bride.
if the person that I marry, if I stay married to them my whole life. And I want to know at like what age would I start having children? Because I genuinely think, even though I love my career, I actually think that I was born to be a mom.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Because, well,
so
you
I
can't
feel
even
like
take care of a little dog. You've made him obese and make fun of him.
That's different.
the thing is that there's some things that astrology, listen, if this was 500 years ago, I would be able to answer all of these questions like that, right? Because like astrology used to be very much like, how many babies am I having? How's my crop? Am I going to like?
How is my crop?
It was very functional.
How is my crop?
How's my crop?
And by crop, I mean my pubes. I have not mowed them down in a bit.
Yeah, that was what ancient astrology was judging.
You go,
Length.
bitch, you need to clean up your crop.
Length, baby.
There's some worms in your crop.
So gross.
Oh, God.
Okay.
But obviously, like so much of the way that we now and like modern astrologers, present company included, process astrology is like through options.
Okay.
Like through timing options.
Yep.
So, for instance, if we say, yes, this is a really great time for you to manifest something, you do whatever you want with it.
Got it.
Like
Okay.
you make a baby, you get married, do whatever feels right. But it's not didactic in that it has to be the way that energy manifests. And sometimes that energy does surprise us. On the topic of marriage, I feel very strongly that people should not get married before their Saturn return, which is a very hot take. considering
I
the
love
fact that. Like
that.
a lot of people do get married in their 20s.
Yes.
I got engaged during
I will
mine.
say
Me
I
too.
just turned 30. Nothing about the way I feel right now makes me feel like I'm ready for marriage or ready for babies.
Right.
Even in the next, I would say, like 2 years.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. I mean, like if we know that everything is going to change in our lives when we go through a Saturn return, and that it like comes for you where you are most established, then like why would you want to bring a fucking marriage into that equation?
But she's at the end of her Saturn return.
yeah, she's gonna be just fine. She's gonna,
Which
be just
means
fine.
she's completing it.
she's completing it.
Yeah.
It's almost done. Okay. So your Saturn return was occurring. And actually, so I say this thing called There Are No Coincidences. Also, it's the name of my latest book.
Oh, how catchy.
How interesting.
And how stunning gorgeous is that
you.
book?
A manifestation deck and guidebook.
Oh my God. And it comes in a little box? Is that a little box?
It comes in a box.
Wait, that's so cute.
So you are actually, at the time that we are recording this, Saturn is directly on your ascendant. So your ascendant, your rising sign is 18 degrees Aquarius, and Saturn right now is at 19 degrees Aquarius. It's going to be, it has just been on the ascendant, and it's the last time that it went up and over that. So basically what that means is that for the past couple of years, honestly, there's been a lot of sort of feeling of, there's a lot of stuff going on intellectually and emotionally and sort of behind closed doors. There's been a lot of private stuff and a lot of change as to like how much you are supposed to reveal about yourself, especially like your struggles. How much do I make this public? How much do I keep this just like within the confines of like myself and close people?
Yes.
But now Saturn has officially gone off of your ascendant and into your first house, which is where you really sort of like become a person and you manifest those energies in your life. So it's less about like keeping secrets and it's more about telling the truth. So now you're in a truth era right now.
Your truth era.
Oh my God.
Era. Drop some teas.
Tell us everything.
I just have so much.
Where do I begin?
Wow. Taylor Swift better watch out. Because I'm in my fucking truth era.
Truth era.
But I definitely feel that
Paige's
from you.
version.
Like you've
Yeah.
definitely shedded some like any inauthenticity that society has put on you.
Yeah.
You've kind of been like too tired to keep it up.
Yeah. I'm like, no, can't.
Where before, when you're younger, I feel like you think you have to fake certain things or be things that you're not always.
Yeah, totally.
And I also do feel like from being 28 to 29, completely different person. And from 29 to 30, totally different person.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah. Like, I don't know who the girl was when I was 28. Best year of my life ever. But
Who is that bitch?
But I'm nothing like her anymore.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how like
Yeah.
1 year you're a different person?
Yeah.
Well, it is the season. That's when you're going through, astrologically speaking, like the biggest changes.
28, I was like, you're still so naive, but I was still so scared that so many things could happen to me. And then so many things happened to me that you're kind of just like, oh, I'm not really scared anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that like it's whatever the circumstances are, it's about sort of, this is why you become your own daddy. You learn how to.
I love that phrase.
Yeah, it's the best. And because Saturn is the daddy zaddy of the zodiac. So it's really a zaddy. It's the zodiac daddy.
So like I already have a zaddy, but I don't need him.
Yeah, kick him to the curb.
Okay, good. I mean, there's two zaddies in my relationship. Let's be honest.
Who are the two zaddies?
Me and Des.
Well, now there's three. It's a throuple
Yes.
with Saturn.
Yes.
But you guys are already like you've transcended your Saturn story. I feel like Saturn is temporarily just sort of on ice.
What is our compatibility? Like, what makes Hannah and I compatible?
Okay, my favorite thing about your charts is also very personal to me because your moon is in Virgo and your moon is in Pisces, which are opposite. Me and my husband also have Pisces and Virgo moon.
Ooh.
And I think we have the best compatibility.
Yeah.
So I feel like you guys are
Yeah. We're different.
wifeys.
Her name is DeSorbo, so whenever I like go to text Des, hers always comes up, and I'm like, do I want to tell Des or Paige? I'm like, which one of my lovers will appreciate this more?
I love it.
Or then I'll send to him and he won't appreciate it, and I'll be like, should have sent to Paige.
So your moon sign is what keeps you emotionally regulated.
Mm-hmm.
And having moons in opposite signs is really a beautiful flow because what that looks like is you being able to sort of like pass the responsibilities back and forth based on what is needed. Like you are going to be more sort of like granular, detailed, hyper-focused on wanting things to look and feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And whereas you are going to be sort of like, let's go with the flow. Let's sort of imagine this. And I know that you said that you don't really like change. That shows up in your chart in your sun sign, which is in Scorpio, your rising sign, which is in Aquarius, all of these other planets that are in the fixed signs that don't like change. But at your heart, what actually keeps you safe is someone who is going to be like, oh, that's okay. We don't have to do it that way. Like we can flip the switch if we need to. Like
my
having the
God.
flexibility to be honored to change your mind
Yeah.
and for someone to understand that about you
Yeah.
is like your love language.
Hannah, you do my love language.
I will say I've never been nervous to say anything to Hannah or like, I don't know. It's just a different type of feeling when I tell her things.
You never feel judged.
Never feel judged. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And then also, of course, I'm sure you guys have thought about your rising sign being Scorpio, you being a Scorpio sun. So when your rising sign and the sun sign are the same, the rising sign is your perspective on reality.
Yeah.
So your perspective on reality is like we have to take care of each other. You know, we have to show up and like really we need to be there for each other in the ways that other people wouldn't be able to provide. It's very sort of like nurturing.
Italian.
And very say it.
Did we have a McDonald's? Is everyone fed?
Yeah, right. And it's also like very private. You know, it's about establishing that sort of sense of privacy and protection. And then your sun sign is that, right? So the way you live your life is very much aligned with Hannah's perception of reality. You know, how Hannah wants reality to go, you're already doing it. Like you're living that reality that Hannah is trying to create. Oh, isn't that
Oh
gorgeous?
my God. What compatibility.
No, we're soul sisters.
So like there's no coincidences in terms of like, it's not a coincidence that Hannah and I met.
No, of course
Yeah.
not. I mean, and you guys really have extremely compatible charts.
We should have a baby.
Well, you know, the thing is,
carrying.
Des, obviously.
Like, does he need your sperm for like a quick second?
So what's really cute about this is that you guys are both hard asses, but then also super softies, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we're a mess. We're like crying, but
It's
also like
chaotic
fuck the
good.
patriarchy at the same time. It's exhausting.
Yeah,
It is exhausting
It is.
to be like very sensitive, but also to be like, fuck you.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to be strong, but you're like, but also I want to be a baby.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I know.
I'm a fighting
It's
baby.
hard to want to be an in-charge baby.
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is like the status quo of where things are right now? Like where would you say?
I very much right now I really do like where my life is right now. I don't want to change anything. I love my career. And I feel like I want to work more at that. Like I'm not in a place where I'm like, okay, let's do more leisure things or like more settled down things. Like I feel this sense of almost
Energy.
like urgency
Yeah, yeah.
to like work really hard for at least the next couple of years.
Yeah.
For at least a week.
And then we'll nap.
So for the, you know, when we're thinking about big life phases, we're going to look at the planets that have bigger orbits, you know, that take longer to move around because those are more about what is going on, you know, for that year or for that 3-year period in your life as opposed to like what's happening this month.
Right.
So we're going to look at Saturn, which we know, you know, you went through your Saturn return. Now Saturn has crossed your ascendant and it's going to be like about truth time. Feels like good memoir opportunity time, book writing time for that.
Wow.
And then also,
Wait, she can't write though.
Leah Michelle, is that you?
There is a running joke that I don't know how to read, and it's fine.
And then also Jupiter. So Jupiter, you went through a very, very lucky transit this past year, which was Jupiter, which is the planet of luck and fortune, on your moon sign, which is about, you know, your emotional well-being. So I would imagine that some like very positive, very auspicious, abundant thing happened in like the first half of 2022. And then from there, there's sort of the continuation of that. How do you keep moving forward and take whatever that good fortune was and build on it?
Okay.
So that is something to consider.
Okay.
Jupiter is going into your second house, which is the area around money. So really, honestly, this upcoming year ahead looks like a very solid time for new finances.
A lot of Amazon.
We love
purchases.
Ching.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Like
Yeah.
a credit card. Swiping? No one swipes anymore.
Oh yeah, I didn't know how to like do the like Apple like tap pay, and Des did, and that was
That's embarrassing.
Really embarrassing for me.
Well, they keep changing it. I feel like I just got the habit of putting the chip in.
I know. The chip thing stresses me out because they're like, put it in, take it out.
That's so true.
And everyone's looking at you. And then the tap thing, I'm like, hello, is anyone there? It feels like when you have the automatic water, like you're trying to wash your hands and it's not coming out. And I'm like, am I a ghost?
No, the tap thing isn't real. The tap thing is not really spending money.
Okay, sorry, continue. I interrupted.
So in terms of like relationship stuff, baby stuff, this energy of abundance moving into your second house could also be seen as a time of, that could be a good time for pregnancy. But honestly, like, I feel like get yours, like this. So if you want my honest read on when it's going to be a good time to have babies, it's not for a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I feel.
It's going to be in like 2025. Marriage is earlier. Marriage can come as early. I mean, marriage could come whenever, right? Marriage could come whenever you want.
Oh God, no.
But I would say that probably when Jupiter crosses into your fourth house, which is going to be 2024.
Okay.
It's probably
I
going to
can
be
feel
like
that.
marriage, baby shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
Your
Oh, I
chart
see
has
that.
that like movement to it.
Yeah, I see that too.
Yeah.
I feel like right when I get married, I'm gonna be like, and let's pop one
There
out.
is a weird thing. The night I got married, I looked at Des
You got
and I was
pregnant.
like, I want to make your babies. I did get pregnant.
Well, you had a spell put on
Unfortunately,
you.
little Des is no longer here with us, but kaput, as Paige would say. We're all about family planning or family unplanning here at Giggle Squad.
What about you?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you did an amazing job before where you were like, honey, you didn't mess anything up. Like your life was supposed to implode right now.
It's true.
I'm in a place where I could see myself having a family, but I also like have this phobia of like having a family. I'm become so obsessed with like being a mother that I might like miss out on potential career stuff that I wanted to do also. So I'm in this like in
like you feel
between.
like you would like lose yourself a little.
I feel like I love my career so much, but if I had a kid, I would just like completely be obsessed with the kid. And because I talked to an astrologer and she was like,
Rude.
it's well, no, she basically was like, I see a lot of opportunity, but it's either job or baby.
Right. I mean, that's how it is.
So, and in my head, I was like, okay, I need to like not have these babies.
I mean, I feel like I'm at the same exact. I just put a fucking survey on Twitter being like, does anyone regret having kids? Like, I just don't know.
Is like Ali Wong, like her career blew up after having a kid. So then part of me is like, or am I supposed to have a kid? And that's like a natural progression for me.
And that's
So
like
anyway,
another phase of your career.
Yeah, like
and
mom
kids are
comedy.
supposed to bring mom
Honestly,
com.
kids are so annoying, right?
But babies are also supposed to bring luck. Babies are very auspicious and lucky.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah,
I'm out. You better make my life good, bitch.
she's gonna be a great mother. So nurturing.
But okay, full transparency. I don't know if I told you this, Paige. I did not get my period last month.
Mm-hmm.
And I fully was like, I think I'm pregnant. I took a pregnancy test. It was negative. Told Des, he was like, you're definitely pregnant. I took 4 pregnancy tests and they were all negative. And then I just got my period yesterday. So like a full month later. And I went to the doctor and she was like, this can happen if you're stressed or traveling a lot. And I was like, I'm stressed and traveling a lot every day of my life. But I did go to Europe that month.
And you're so cultured.
Yes, I was like traveling all over Europe, Ireland, and then I went to Milwaukee. So anyway, the universe is testing me right now.
So, how did you feel when you thought you were pregnant?
Was it like immediate panic or was it
This
like
is the
happiness?
problem. Society teaches you to be so scared of getting pregnant. They tell you it's going to ruin your life. Like as you're younger.
Yeah.
Like as a girl, 16 and pregnant, did anyone see the show? It's literally like
And it's like
everyone's
you're gonna
biggest
get
nightmare.
pregnant if you
Yeah,
even
You will get
look at a
pregnant, then you will
man.
end up on a reality TV show, which not so far from reality. So at first I was really scared, but then like Des was like weirdly calm. And then I met my brother's new daughter and I fell in love. So I feel good about it, but that does low-key scare me. What is my chart telling me to do?
I mean, honestly, I feel like this is going to be these next couple of years are going to be that journey for you. You have Saturn in your 4th house of home and family. Did you move?
I got an apartment.
Cute. That's called moving.
Then
yeah.
I'm gonna. Well, it was next door.
Yeah.
It's next door to Dez's apartment.
But we're
we're gonna
it.
renovate it
Yeah.
and take down the walls. To
Oh, yeah,
make it
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
one commune,
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is
also known as a 2-bedroom. Sorry, a 2-bedroom in New York is a commune.
You could fully start a cult out of a 2-bedroom.
It's pretty much a small country.
Yeah.
easy.
Built-in washer and dryer.
And I've been
yeah.
decorating. Like I've been very into this, like creating.
So
this
yeah, she's
space.
had like a new.
Yeah, I think
I love that for my chart, you're explaining it, and for your chart, I was explaining it. I'm like, what's happening with the marriage?
I think that that's where you're kind of at, is like figuring out the integration of home, family, career, you know, what it means and what it looks like for you to have a family, you know, to make it something that, because obviously it's not going to be like,
Are there
what
more
other
cats
things.
involved?
No. 100% not. Definitely not.
Yeah, Des keeps vetoing that.
No more cats.
Because I have another apartment, I'm like, I could put another cat in it. And Des was like, you can't even take care of your own cat. We're not getting another cat.
Is that his voice?
Yeah.
That literally
to a
is
T.
spot on. Yeah.
To a T. So yes, tell me what the planets tell me.
So I think the plan is figuring out, like, is doing this renovation, doing this construction, bringing the lives together, figuring out what that looks like, and then creating systems that are going to make you feel like it would be possible for you to bring a
That's literally
family
what
in.
I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Is trying to find a system that, because I'm in my like crazy work zone where I work all day. I do stand up every night. It almost feels like I'm a bartender with a day job, and I'm getting like really burnt out. And I realize long term, I can't keep this up unless I have systems in place for like rest,
Yeah.
mental health, hobbies, time with my husband.
What are your hobbies?
Bitch. I started cross stitching. I have started cross stitching. I bought this Lululemon mirror.
Oh yeah.
It was $700, and I did a workout yesterday.
Good for you.
We got your money's worth. I
Crazy.
love
So
it.
Yeah.
that's like
So
one.
you never
class
have
a
to
one
year.
use
class.
it. You never have to use it again.
It's one Soul Cycle class.
Yeah, all you need is one.
I like to drink coffee now. I like to eat. Hobbies. I love petting my cat.
So when you say like systems in place, it's really more like, okay, how could I work a kid into this schedule?
Crazy lifestyle.
Yeah, I would say before you have a baby, you have to trust that you would be able to have space for one.
So maybe after the renovation.
Definitely after the renovation.
Okay, I'll tell Des that.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
What month or what year are we thinking?
What's the timing?
Yeah.
So Saturn is going to be moving. It basically just got
Saturn
into your
is
4th
stressing me
house.
the fuck out.
It's a lot of Saturn with you,
No,
ladies.
Saturn's wild. Also, I have one last other question. We have a feeling that I'm going to get a girl. I'm going to have a girl that's going to be exactly like Hannah, and she's going to have a girl that's going to be exactly like me. And that's stressing me out more than it stresses Hannah
Why is it
out.
stressing you?
I'm sorry, your child's going to be a Division I athlete?
Because if I have a daughter that I can't relate to,
But you relate to me. But you relate to me.
Yeah, but like not
yeah,
well.
that's good.
You're like, I laugh at you. I want to laugh with you.
But I wonder, like, you probably can't see that, but like, do we have good connections with our children?
Yeah, of course. I don't
Okay,
need to
good.
look at the astrology
Okay,
to say
good.
that.
Good.
But also, like, that's part of your flow. That's like while you know, being best friends and soulmates.
Yeah.
Don't marry a weirdo.
I'm trying not to. It's
Oh, yeah.
literally trial and error.
I'm not going to ask
So
her
true.
because I know the answer. Does and my child's going to be literally insane. The most annoying kid on the block.
Yeah.
Never shut up. Will be so sarcastic. Have an attitude problem.
Yeah.
But we're willing to deal with that.
You're like,
Definitely
but
in
we
trouble
love
in
them
school.
anyway.
But we'll love them anyway. Literally going to be the disruptive kid in class.
Yeah. Talks too much.
I want to tell you guys something else that I just saw in your charts. So your rising sign page at 18 degrees of Aquarius is exactly your 4th house cusp, which is home and family. So really my advice is to take her advice when it comes to figuring out like home and family stuff.
So just
for
ask
you.
her.
Yeah. Like she has good wisdom as to how to structure a life.
Okay, you just made her head so fucking big. Now I'm gonna get texts from
You
her.
will listen to me, Hannah.
Okay, Paige is gonna run my family planning.
I'm texting you at like 3 a.m. Hey guys, just to let you know, Hannah's ovulating.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying that she's better at planning out
No,
my life?
not better, but like she has insight that you need.
Do you have anything for career with me?
Yes, of course. So what we had going on over this past year and a half are eclipses in Scorpio and Taurus. And because you are a Scorpio rising, and then your rising sign is your ascendant, your descendant is the opposite, so that's in Taurus. This means that basically like your perception of reality as well as the people that you collaborate with have been going through transformation. There's been a lot of change as to like who you want to be, how you want to show up, and then who you want to show up, like what you want to show up relative to, if that makes sense.
Yes, you're nailing it.
So we just had these big eclipses this past month in Taurus and Scorpio. So I also am wondering if like anything meaningful has happened within the past, let's say 6 to 8 weeks in terms of like career stuff for you.
Well, I've been like really enjoying
This is the internet's
TikTok
Hannah
This is
burner.
the internet's Hannah burner. TikTok, I've been like, I started as a comedy video producer where I would just make funny videos and create content. And now like I've kind of come full circle where I'm now just doing it for me. I love waking up and just I love posting funny videos. And I'm kind of interested in getting into comedy acting.
Ooh.
So I started doing some auditions.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Thank you. I'm really bad at memorizing lines, but I'm working on it. It took me
love
8
it.
hours to get one thing right. I almost got divorced.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I do think that changes as it relates to like how you are framing yourself are continuing to be in development.
Yeah.
And right now, you know, from this eclipse season, I would imagine that there's been a lot of, I mean, if you just started auditioning also like recently, like that could be very much your eclipse story.
Yeah.
And then as it continues into next year, it's continuing to push that further along, continuing to put yourself out there, being brave, being courageous, you know, all of that scary stuff.
I love that. I also think Paige and I both obviously love entertainment, and I've tried out a lot of different like forms of entertainment, and I feel like I'm finally naturally like gravitating towards what I want to do, where before I felt like not always in the right place with entertainment.
Yeah, and like as we were talking about like with the permission to change your mind, you know, as you're a Leo, right? And Leos are very creative people who like always need to be making something and expressing their art somehow.
Always, or then I'm stuck with my own thoughts.
Exactly. So it's important for you to also like give yourself permission to do different things and not feel like you ever are like, I found it. Because as soon as you find it, there's going to be something else that you're like, I want to explore that.
True.
And that's not a bad thing. That's
True,
a good thing.
especially with my ADHD.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do always have ideas like we should do this
Always.
and we should do that and like I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
I love an idea.
Yeah, I mean, the blessing of ADHD too, you know, like always having something else that you're thinking about.
A lot
and
of
ready to
moving pieces.
Manifester.
Any big events I should look out for?
Is
The world coming to an end. Is the world coming- When do you think I'm going to have a baby?
I think you're going to have a baby. I think you're going to have a
Because you're
baby
pregnant.
when Saturn goes into your 5th house, which is, I think, in like 2024.
Oh, late.
No, because I'm having one in 2025.
I mean, that would be perf. What is it, 2022? Okay.
Oh, did you want one earlier?
I could.
I
Right,
would say
that's
do the
really only a
renovation.
year away. We're about to be in 2023.
Oh my God, you're so right. Yes, 2024.
You're like, 'cause, yeah, you got to start right now.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
like thought it was 1991 for a second. Do you ever just like think it's the 90s? It was the 90s like a second ago, like 1998.
Literally. Someone said the year the other day and I was like, it's 2010. Stop.
I was like, Ludacris just came out with a single, like Fergie, the Black Eyed Peas. Hello, how is it 2022?
No, it's terrifying.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it takes 9 months, I've heard.
True.
Right.
I was
I
not
have heard
factoring
that.
in.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, that sounds gorgeous. And okay, is there anything bad I should look out for?
No, I mean, I think that like the stuff that's been going on
Has
with
been
the
pretty
eclipses
bad.
has been bad.
You're good for a while. You've endured
No,
a lot.
I mean these eclipses for both of you. You
Yeah.
know, for all of our Scorpio babies, all of our Taurus babies, our Leo babies, our Aquarius babies. Like it's been a lot with the eclipses. It's been
Yeah.
a lot of like surrender has been the key word.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who wants to surrender? Ew.
I know.
You know?
Is there anything you see business-wise for Paige and I together?
Yeah, I mean, because your rising sign is 18 degrees Aquarius, and your IC, your fourth house cusp, is also 18 degrees Aquarius. Like, you guys really are synced up with opportunities professionally. You know, like it's cool
She did
because
start an Amazon storefront. Just
there you go.
It's really good.
There you go.
My
but yeah,
fall
so
folder
our
is
like
lit.
good fortune in work is like aligned.
It is. And like you don't always see that. You know, there are some collaborators and also like in relationships where the timing of them is just like it's constantly like flipping between one person and the other.
I will
which is
say,
fine.
whenever something happens in our careers individually, it kind of does happen at the same time. Like if it's not Giggly Squad related, it's like something personal. It does happen like around the same
No,
time.
I feel like we're in like a
river, ocean.
river. You know when you go whitewater rafting?
I've never, but I've seen your
I've heard of it.
I would
Yeah.
rather never.
Yeah.
I feel like we're on the same like lake, like
Got it.
going together, you know?
Flowing.
Yeah, we're flowing together. Okay, I thought that was gonna be deeper.
I just
No.
can't wait to text Hannah and be like, whenever you're ready to have a baby, don't worry, text me and I'll let you know if it's allowed.
No, you
Yeah,
literally
Paige is
should
your
not have told.
doula. She is.
Is she gonna pull the baby's head out of my pussy?
Oh my God, I literally pull it out. Bring your child into this world. I should not have been
She is.
given this power.
Wait, so do I bring anything to her?
No. Headaches.
Well, I think that you are kind of in a way like aspirational for Paige.
Yes.
Fashion wise?
No, that actually, keep going because that checks out.
Yeah, I mean, so Hannah's life, Hannah's sort of like the way that she, especially in her relationship, in the way that she has sort of been able to create this safe space for herself.
Yes.
Is very aspirational for you.
Yes.
And it's something where you're
So
like,
true.
that is something I aspire to. That's something
Am
that
I
I
gonna
want to bring
continue
in.
that or is that gonna go bad?
It's going to continue.
like
It doesn't have an expiration date.
Okay, good. Good. Okay.
No, you got it. You figured it out. That was your Saturn return.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine like in an interview just being like, oh yeah, my Saturn was returning. Next question.
Of course I can. Of course I can.
So you told that person to go fuck themselves. Saturn said that. Not me. That was Saturn. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Oh my God, I love that so much. We also are big believers in manifestation on this podcast. Is there any advice you would give to the gigglers in terms of manifesting?
There's like one part of manifestation where it's like you keep thinking about it, you keep talking about it, you keep saying it, but there was someone that was like, that's not really manifesting. Actual manifesting is like pretending that you already have it and you act like you have it. And then it comes. What do you think? Like, is the best way to manifest?
I don't think there's any best way.
Okay.
I really think that there are so many different approaches and styles, and especially like, you know, manifestation TikTok is like off the fucking charts
it's
with
so
like
wild.
different
Yeah.
techniques. And all of them are
They're
fine.
like sacrifice a lamb.
Yeah. At exactly 12:01.
I mean,
You're
men
like,
and
Mom,
They're like doing their makeup.
lamb this week.
Where can I find a lamb?
you know what the kids are doing on TikTok. They're sacrificing goats,
Yeah.
You do a dance with your lamb. Lamb, get over here.
which is totally fine. It's a very viable manifestation strategy. But like, you know, 1111 or 1111 necklace girly. Like,
I see 1111 every day.
yeah, and that's
Because I'm on my phone all day. So I will always see it.
so like, you know, making a wish, manifesting at that time, beautiful, love that. Manifesting on a new moon or full moon, that's like my jam, love that. But I would say like my greater philosophy with manifestation is figuring out, it's getting to know yourself so well and so intimately that you know that you can see the life that you want to create for yourself. And then it's sort of like measuring the distance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being really hyper specific and not vague about your manifestations.
Yes.
And then from there, to sort of like chart the difference between where you are now and where you want to go. It's using different pathways to get there. So it could be making wishes at 11:11. It could be setting intentions during a new moon, releasing things during a full moon. It could be doing like, writing things down, sort of creating your own like affirmations, mantras around it, taping something to your mirror, living that life, already sort of in your psychic mind, setting yourself so that when you go to sleep at night, you're saying, thank you so much for this like beautiful day. I love my book. It's a New York Times bestseller. I'm so proud of it. There's lots of different types of ways to chart the difference. But I would say that is probably the most important thing about manifestation is sort of as having a direct focus and knowing how you want to, and knowing where you want to go so you can figure out how to get there.
I'm a big write stuff down person. And I was just telling someone literally like the other day, forget who it even was, because they were like, did you ever think Giggly Squad was going to be as big as it was? And I felt like an asshole because I was like, yeah, actually I did. And I was like, because when we started, I feel like I had so many random people being like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, what even is this? And I genuinely, in my head, never had any other thought than, no, I think it's going to be huge. And like, that's just like what I lived by. And when people would question or say something like, do you think it's going to, like, do you think this is like a good move? I would just be like, what? Yeah. And then like move on. Like I never even let the thought come into my brain of like, oh, what if we don't do well? And like, what if we fail? And what if our friendship, like none of those thoughts I ever even like had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we almost didn't manifest Giggly for being successful. We manifested it being like a safe space.
Yes.
Because I was like, even like, okay, let's say we don't make any money from it. It was never it was a place for Paige and I to make each other laugh. So
it was really more like carving out a play date time. Like,
literally.
Okay, like we're gonna hang out. Like, and that's like
because if someone said
to
to you like, Paige, do you think we'd be like selling out theaters? I'd be like, I don't know. But if they said, do you think every episode is going to be entertaining? I'd be like, yes.
Yes.
And isn't that the like gateway?
You.
Aliza, where can people follow you? Where can they buy your books? Give them all the tea.
I'm at Aliza Kelly everywhere. And you can buy the books wherever books are sold.
Spell Kelly.
Kelly.
Okay. Sometimes people do EY.
It's true.
When it's a last name.
You're right.
It's true. It's just no E. Well,
okay.
one E.
And you have some really fun books.
I do. This is my 4th book.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for giggling with us. We're
Thank
obsessed
you.
with you. Do you do any personal readings or what is the vibe on that?
I don't, but I do run a virtual community called the Constellation Club where I do new moon and full moon manifestations.
Ooh.
Yeah. So twice a month we're manifesting.
Obsessed.
Okay,
We're obsessed with that.
I'm
The
doing that.
gigglers love a manifest moment.
We love a small cult.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like a light cult.
Yes.
LITE.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming. We love you so much. We thank the moons and the stars.
Thank you.
And
love you.
the oceans. We love you.
Guys. Thank
Bye.
Bye.
That was good.
I feel like we were nervous, but that was insightful.
I was nervous, but dude, I'm a fucking psychic. Every single person I've ever talked to is like,
Yeah, she sat down and she's
I
like,
need to
hi,
like
psychic.
hone in on it.
I told you once someone told me I might be psychic and I got in an Uber and I just stared at the driver and I was like, what is he thinking? And I tried for a minute and I was like, fuck it.
I had a psychic say that my powers don't really, really come out until I have kids because I must be like very psychic. I think I'm going to be very strict. Like I must know, like you're smoking weed.
Oh my God, you're going to
Either give it to me or
you're like, Mom,
cut it out.
Not again. I was just thinking about it.
Wow, I fucking
But
love
sometimes
that.
like having kids like changes your genetic some
makeup.
people say people who have bad migraines, they have kids and then they don't get migraines anymore.
Very interesting. Like your hormones like go into a new place.
Oh my God, 2025 we're gonna be moms.
No, that's scary because it's literally it's basically 2023.
Yeah.
So we have 2 more years.
To like nap.
Not even because we'll probably get pregnant in 2024 because it takes 9 months to cook that thing.
Oh my God. but I'm going to eat so much food when I'm pregnant. I
Me
can't
too.
wait.
I can't wait.
Speaking of, it's freezing in New York City, which means the dogs with coats are out to play. These dogs think they're so much better than me. I saw a dog with a fucking turtleneck. the
I
other
like
day.
it.
He literally looked at me and goes, "Oh."
I like the dogs with shoes.
Oh yeah, the shoes are cute.
And I feel like kind of necessary in New York City.
The dogs downtown wear scarves.
The dogs downtown are different. They also wear like berets.
Yeah, they also are like doing K.
They have jobs.
They have jobs.
They have creative jobs.
I was they're all creative directors. I was thinking also, and I posted this on TikTok, but I had a revelation about men in hats, and I want
Okay.
to run it by you.
Yeah.
Like a true epiphany about men in hats.
Yes.
And I posted it, and I got a lot of messages saying this is science. You're right.
Yep.
So I don't want to freak people out, but it's accurate. If a man
Mm-hmm.
is wearing a hat for anything besides the weather, such as like it's hot out or it's cold out,
Yep.
his job, he's required to wear a hard helmet,
Mm-hmm.
or is that what it's called?
Hard hat.
Hard hat. Or for sports, you're a Yankee. Good job. You
Yep.
did it.
Congrats.
Then you are problematic.
Yes. Can I tell you the number one hat that like if a man is wearing, I'm immediately turned off and like don't even approach me. Don't even try and hit on me because I do have to say something rude to you.
What?
One of those like aspen hats, like those wide rim, like not a cowboy hat that they put on like the back of their head and it kind of like sits up and they like have a hand tattoo.
So a wide brim hat.
Yeah.
That is
Possibly
literally-
a feather in his cap.
Okay, so that is the first man that I spoke about. We've all met men like this. Those are the guys who do not have a personality, but they're trying to pretend they have one because they have a feather in their hat.
Yeah. And
they try to act like they're so much more interesting than they
No,
are.
I can't do it. I need more of like a
No hat.
like Nike wearing sweatpants, t-shirt, hoodie vibe. I want like my man to look at those hats and be like, "What? No, I would never wear that."
But Paige, I would argue,
Mhm.
guys who wear like actual baseball, like Nike hats, like don't believe in therapy.
No, they don't.
I'm
But
gonna,
I'll take that.
yeah, that's better than the wide brim.
I'll
which is
take
just,
that
like,
over wide
the
brim.
most boring men. Men who wear fedoras are just like so weird in bed, like not freaky, like not okay.
I don't think I've ever like seen a man in a fedora, really.
You're gonna start seeing in the fall the hipster guys who wear the like beanies just like on
I
the
hate
tip
a
of their
beanie.
head, on the
No,
tip
no,
of
no,
their
no,
head.
No.
It looks like you're putting on a condom, but you don't fully put it on.
Okay, I'll take that if we're downtown and you're wearing a really cool sweat look.
But Paige, I'm telling you, don't take it.
Okay.
They're all red flags. Men like that can't commit.
Okay,
They can't
agreed,
even commit to
agreed.
fully putting a hat on. How are they going to commit to multiple dates with you?
Agreed.
an
I've never
actual
gone on more than
relationship.
2 dates with a guy that
Because
wore
also
a beanie.
that means he got up in the morning and was like, "What hat am I going to wear?" And that's an ick.
That's an ick.
Further fucking more, men who wear cowboy hats think being gay is a choice.
Unless it's on Yellowstone, I don't want it.
No.
No.
What's another? Oh yeah, men who wear their hair backwards,
Wear their hat backwards.
their hat back like a backwards hat.
Yeah, I'll take
Um,
that.
They think that no means yes in bed. So,
Yeah, they played lacrosse.
but I do have to say, even like let's take Craig for an example.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like hat wearing Craig is a different Craig.
For sure. Hat wearing Craig,
Is not ready for marriage.
douchey.
Not ready for marriage. Gets a little too drunk.
Yeah, turns me on,
Not in a healthy way.
not in a healthy way, in a toxic way. Not hat wearing Craig, might check in on like the home insurance plan.
Yes. Yes.
Knows when the policy is up.
Exactly.
Knows when to renew a
He-
contract or something.
Yes, exactly. I just think guys who wear hats for any other reason besides what was previously stated are hiding something. A lot of the time it is baldness,
Yeah.
which is okay, but there's something hot about a guy who's just bald
Yep, and
with a
embraces
beard
being bald.
and just rocks it.
I
telling you.
don't want that per se though, I feel like.
Never knock it till you try it.
Like a full
No.
Duck Dynasty beard? Yeah.
No.
No.
They're hiding something too in their beard. And
Yeah.
normally it's snacks. So yeah, that's something new that I think we really need to remember as
Women.
a commune.
Yeah.
What's going on in front page news?
Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde broke up, and I feel like people were. I don't know if the community was devastated. I certainly wasn't. Like,
When do you think they actually broke up, though?
probably like a couple months ago, because I would say like the last time she was seen at one of his shows.
I feel like they were weird during the press. Like they weren't standing near each other and stuff.
Yes, for the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they were trying to do that on purpose, but also I feel like that was probably when it was starting to be like, eh.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I genuinely don't think you can date a younger guy. I really don't.
Oh, hot take.
Hot take, because we date older men and they're still stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I'm way more mature than Craig, and he's a solid 5 years older than me.
Relationships are as simple as they seem, where like you just need to spend a lot of time with people and have trust with them and enjoy each other. These celebrity relationships, like you're dating Harry Styles, who's on tour every night traveling.
Yeah.
You have a whole family that you left.
Yeah.
That there's drama in the press with. Plus,
Yeah.
you're having like public beef. I'm sorry. At some point, if you're Harry Styles, you're not going to be like, I don't need this right now.
Right.
Or is she going to be like, I don't need to be like waiting at home alone dealing with this press bullshit while Harry's on tour? I don't know. It makes sense.
Yeah, it didn't like shock me. And then also, what did you think of Emrata and Pete Davidson like PR pics?
You guys, I feel like someone told me, actually, Maria Menounos, not to name drop, but I'm name dropping, cornered me and said, I listened to Giggly Squad and I love you and Paige's chemistry. I was jizzing. I was like, this is an actual real journalist talking to me.
Oh, I haven't.
And she said she loves our take on stuff because she was like, because you guys actually kind of know the ends of things.
Yeah.
And you're speaking from a place of like knowledge.
I just think people that post on Instagram like after the first date or like the first sighting,
Do you remember when?
it's like not
Do you remember
real.
when Julia Fox did a full article for First Date with Kanye West? But
Yeah,
that
but she's
was performative
iconic.
art.
But that, yes, that was different. My
And she
new
was owning
religion
it.
is Julia
Julia
Fox.
Fox.
Have you ever seen her TikToks where she wakes up in the middle of the night because she thought of something that she had to tell the community? Those are my favorite.
Those are my favorite. Yeah. And her bleached eyebrows
Yeah.
are just like on fleek.
I will say her on Emrata's podcast. I watched a few clips. I love her.
Yeah. Emrata was like, I hate men, but I just like love sex. I'm just so wet all the time. And Julia Fox was like, yeah, I could do without it. I don't need it. I actually would rather
And
not.
I kind of loved it because there are some times like as a woman you get into a phase and you're like, if I never have it again, what am I missing? Like
For
out
sure.
of my life.
I also love that Julia Fox, she is the epitome of decentering men from your life. Like all her fashion choices have nothing to do with men. You can tell.
Yeah.
Like they're like man repelling and it's gorgeous, stunning, honestly aspirational to me.
Yep.
But there's a video of Emrata and Pete Davidson, like him picking her up on a date.
In what hallway were they in? Like, was that like
that was a crack den.
Like, where were they that there was a paparazzi that close to them?
Well, the woman was saying like all of Emrata's photos are by the same photographer.
Yep.
Which is not a coincidence. It's not like one guy's stalking you. You clearly have his number, which is totally okay.
I think it's totally
I
fine.
love
She
seeing
got
her
out of a
outfits and her
relationship of a man that broke up with her. Rebrand, girl.
Yeah.
Get those paparazzi pics of you looking insanely stunning, walking your dog and holding your child as an
Yeah.
accessory.
But also, if-
I'm here for that.
Then what are you not here for?
I'm not here for like the fake romance. Like I'm here for the spectacle. I love a spectacle, but I'm not here for like the fakeness of like, are you guys really in love? Are you guys dating? Like I want a real love story that I can like watch.
Paige, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
But that's not real life.
I know.
Someone literally was joking. I think it was Violet Benson said Pete is a rent-a-boyfriend. So like when you need a little like
He's good luck Chuck.
he is. And when you need a little bit of like excitement in your press, a little press bump, you like go on a couple
Imagine
dates
if
with
that
Pete.
was a girl though, how much hate she'd be getting.
Yeah. But this video, it showed like Emrata standing there waiting for the camera to pan to her. And then she like walked over and the whole thing is, it's what I said to you. If you want to be private, you can be private.
But I'll literally watch Emrata do anything.
Oh, for sure.
Like am obsessed with her.
For sure. I just think it's nice for the public to see that there's like the things that
But
that people
also-
want you to see versus not.
Also, she did break up with her husband. Like, if I was that famous, there are probably certain things that I would do solely for that man to see it. Like, that is my, like, there's nothing I love more than revenge.
You see that TikTok trend where it's like he did something horrible to me, so now I have to go into his career, become his boss, and fire him.
I love that.
Oh my God. I hope you guys loved giggling with us today. This was such a fun, unique episode. We normally don't have guests.
This was a unique episode.
We did give a little speedy giggly at the end, but I think it was important to get our charts read.
Yeah, it was. That was admin that we took care of.
In the
Congrats
public
to us.
eye. And let me know what you guys think. And our tour dates are up. Also, our new merch is up. Paige is wearing it. Podcast Hotline. Check out our YouTube. And we love you guys so much. Bye.